Good morning. Actually, it's good afternoon, and welcome to Jai-Alai H2H. I'm Stu Nyman, and I'm usually joined by Andrew Bleckman, but Andrew is on a much-needed mental health break, taking a vacation elsewhere. So joined by none other than Scott Savin, who will be doing play-by-play for today. Every Saturday and Monday, we play Jai-Alai H2H, a head-to-head format of either players or teams, and today it happens to be doubles. Jai-Alai H2H will present. How many are we presenting today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count them, 6 matches, pairing up Jai-Alai players of similar ability who will compete in a best 2 of 3 set matches. A set is won by the first team to reach 6 points. Each match will be a test of speed, strategy, and stamina. Jai-Alai H2H allows players to compete in a format unique to Jai-Alai, but based directly on the more familiar format of a 2 out of 3 set tennis match. If you're joining us for the first time, you'll see the ball traveling in excess of 125 miles an hour off 3 walls within a glass-enclosed court, traditionally referred to as a concha. That's the court, and the court within the Fronton, the building in which we play Jai-Alai. We welcome you to a sport of unparalleled excitement. Welcome to Jai-Alai H2H for January 12th, 2021. I'd like to say, Andrew, how are you? But hopefully he's sedated and doing well. So instead we have, hello, Scott, how are you?
I'm great, Stu, and I say a joy now. We'll see 6 matches from now if it's still been a joy to sit here and attempt to do play-by-play. I wanted to update you, just word on Andrew and Nuts from Serenity Lake. I have good news and bad news.
Oh.
Andrew released early.
Released early?
Never had someone who came in who was so far along already, barely needed the course. I mean, they said if it was, graduated with high honors. He's been sprung out of there. I understand he's playing golf or whatever he's doing for the rest of his hard-earned vacation. Not so good for Nuts, though.
Oy.
Nuts, I think they referred to him as a juvenile delinquent squirrel yesterday, and he will be there an extra week. Hopefully he will be able to conform with the program. I'm waiting to get an update on Nuts. But
the most important thing is that he gets better and that he gets well. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. That's what's paramount in all our minds is Nuts makes a
the
full
well-being
recovery.
of our squirrel.
Yes. We need a healthy squirrel, happy squirrel. But Andrew, stellar, I don't want to call him a patient. I don't know if you're a patient at Serenity.
Client.
That sounds good. So, I think basically he could be a staff member already from what they were telling me.
Wow.
So, but that's what we expect of him.
Okay.
Nothing less.
Highest marks.
Absolutely.
Highest marks from me.
Absolutely. So we're 2 minutes away from our first match today, Stu. Today's matches happen to be great matches. We're well along our way in the H2H doubles first tournament here. Big prize money available, and we've got some great matches today. The first match, we have Jedden and Julin, who come in with a record of 5 wins and 3 losses, facing off against Diaz and Douglas with a record of 6 wins and only 1 loss. So a loss by Jedden and Julin will really push them back in the pack. Diaz and Douglas, if they go to 7-1, they'll be sitting right atop the leaderboard with Carballo and Tennessee, who are also at 7-1. So I'd say the pressure in this match more on Jedden and Julin to try and knock off Diaz and Douglas and put themselves up in the standings.
Absolutely. Jedden obviously dealing with a bit of a knee injury. We're going to see him in these H2H games, but we're not going to see him in the pari-mutuel games later. But he did want to hang in there for H2H, and we're really glad that he was able to do that. Diaz, of course, providing some consistent support for Douglas in the back, who tends to take the reins in both H2H and the pari-mutuel games. And Julin, power game from the forehand. So this is a really interesting match to start things off.
Sure is. We're 30 seconds away, and I think the team of Jedden and Julin, probably a little more well-balanced team, Stu. You're probably going to see more of a contribution from Jedden up in the front court. Douglas will be the dominant player in the Diaz and Douglas duo, but of course Diaz will be serving, and then they'll probably be throwing at him, and he's got that patented 2-wall that's as good as anybody on the roster. Absolutely,
no question about it. He can definitely hold his own. Just has to have the confidence to do so. And what do you know? There's a flashing zeros.
All right, so we're going to work here. Our first match, as we said, Jedden and Julin serving to Diaz and Douglas, with Diaz in the front, Douglas in the back, Jedden in the front, Julin in the back. I'll be doing my best imitation of play-by-play announcing while Stu keep score today. He's got to keep score because what matters most in H2H are the correct statistics being supplied to the data bank. So you'll hear me babbling on a little bit during H2H, and Stu will be doing the important work. And we are ready to go here. Match number 1. Jedden serving, receiving. Diaz in the front. Douglas in the back.
And Spinner apparently wants to do something. Oh, he wanted to give him a whistle. Wasn't that nice?
Judges need whistles.
Absolutely. Can't be a judge without a whistle.
Here we go. Kick it off today. First serve from Jedden. Serves in, Douglas. Backhand. Julin on the side, backhand. Douglas takes it on one bounce from the backcourt. 13 line. Julin on the fly at the 12 line. Forehand, which Douglas handles on the backhand at the 12 line. Jedden in there now. Backhand. Douglas catches it at the 13 line. Goes outside. Julin comes across. Fires it back in off the side while Douglas handles that at the 11 line. Throws a drop shot. Julin handles it on the backhand. Deep rebote coming out. Diaz handles the rebote. Julin catches it on the forehand at the 10 line. Douglas on the forehand, nonchalant at the 10 line. Hard throw, comes off the back wall. Rebote to Julin, who handles it. Douglas on the backhand at the 10 line, throws it down inside. Julin handles that one at the 10 line. He goes deep off the wall, comes out. Diaz trying to do forehand rebote into the pad. Good first point. First point goes to Jedden and Julin. Good first point played by both teams. Jedden is ready. He'll be serving. Jedden-Julin team scores the first point in our first match today. First serve by Jedden. It's in and handled at the 12 line by Douglas. Backhand. Julin coming in, catches it at the 11 line. Throws the backhand. Douglas again at the 12 line with the forehand. Goes up high. Julin handles it easily at the 12 line. Forehand by Julin. Douglas comes across center court at the 11 line. Forehand which Julin catches on the backhand at the 11 line. He goes deep. Douglas catches at the 13 line. Backhand. Julin at the 11 line with a backhand. He returns it. He's going deep. It's coming out. Diaz again. He goes backhand rebote. Julin comes in, picks it up at the 9 line, throws a forehand that Douglas handles at the 11 line. Backhand. Julin backhand at the 9 line. Douglas right up against the wall at the 12 line with his backhand. He's going deep. It's coming out. Rebote. Jedden backhand rebote. Cross court. Douglas comes across, handles it. He goes for the 2-wall. Jedden catches it easily. He goes deep. Backhand by Douglas. Julin tries to climb the wall at the 10 line. Can't handle Douglas's backhand rebote. Point for Diaz and Douglas. Nice start, Stu. Good playing by both sides.
No question about it. So far, 1-1. And Douglas doing some great work to get in position to make that last rebote really well.
Diaz first serve. It's in, handled on the forehand at the 11 line by Julin. He goes deep. Douglas catches it right on the wall at the 12 line. Backhand. Julin turns the favor at the 11 line. He goes deep again. Douglas makes a great leaping catch at the 13 line. He goes deep. It's coming out. Jedden forehand rebote. Big one. Diaz takes his rebote. Backhand. Julin moves in, catches at the 9 line. He goes deep. His rebote comes out all the way to the 6 line, handled on the forehand by Diaz. Julin at the 9 line goes outside, throws it out of bounds. Point Diaz and Douglas. Diaz and Douglas 2. Jedden and Julin 1. Very smooth, even play by both sides. Everybody's playing well so far.
Diaz got in there to make the rebote. A little shaky, but got in there without too much difficulty.
Diaz's first serve is good. Julin backhand at the 12 line. Douglas right along the wall, tries to scoop and misses the backhand scoop.
That ball tipped here in the backcourt.
We're all knotted up at 2-2. First match, H2H Saturday afternoon at Magic City. Jedden's first serve. In, handled by Douglas at the 12 line. Backhand goes real deep and high. Rebote coming out. Jedden takes it on the forehand, goes off the wall. Diaz handles it nicely. Jedden's got it on the back end at the 6 line. Douglas makes the catch, center court at the 12 line, goes 2-wall, opens up just enough, and scores. Point goes to Diaz and Douglas. Good action by both these teams. They're moving around well, they're communicating well.
And warming up. Definitely warming up.
First serve by Diaz, handled on the forehand at the 11 line by Julin. Douglas moves in, takes it at the 10 line, goes right down along the wall, handled at the 12 line on the backhand by Julin. He goes deep. Douglas leaping catch at the 12 line backhand. Jedden handles it at the 8 line on the forehand. He goes deep. This one's coming out. Diaz, backhand rebote, handled well. Julin moves in at the 9 line forehand, which Douglas takes off the wall at the 12 line. Goes deep again. Rebote coming out. Jedden forehand into the overhead screen. Point, Diaz and Douglas. Diaz and Douglas up 4-2. First team to 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. Diaz first serve. Good first serve. Julin handles at the 11 line forehand. Douglas misses the scoop. You don't see that all that often, Stu.
No, you don't. Definitely failed to make that catch.
All right. That's third point of this set 1 for Jedden and Julin. They trail Diaz and Douglas 4-3. Kind of smooth rhythmic play so far. Both teams playing well. Jedden with his first serve. Fires a good first serve that Douglas handles backhand just outside the 11 line. He goes deep. Julin on the forehand at the 13 line. Comes down the sidewall. Douglas takes the rebote backhand, 2-wall. Jedden center court. Handles that. He goes back. Another rebote coming out. Douglas fires it. Julin handles that rebote at the 11 line. Throws forehand. It's coming out. Rebote for Diaz. Handled nicely on the backhand. Julin makes a nice catch at the 9 line. He goes right down the wall. Douglas handles it at the 13. Backhand into the corner. Just outside the 12 line. Julin on the backhand. Douglas returns the favor at the 13 line with his backhand. Julin moves in at the 10 line. Backhand. He goes down the wall again. Douglas forehand in the corner. Julin forehand just outside the 10 line. He's going deep. It's coming out. Teams are talking to each other. Forehand rebote by Diaz is handled. Julin inside now. He goes deep. Rebote coming out. Diaz tries to get the forehand rebote. Just misfires into the screen. Diaz was coming cross court. Tried a forehand rebote. He wasn't able to convert it. And we're knotted up 4-4 in the first set here. Good highlight. Both teams playing well.
4-4?
Good match thus far.
Absolutely.
Nothing less than we expected. Smooth play. Jedden's first serve. Good serve handled off the wall at the 12 line backhand by Douglas. He goes deep. Julin handles it. Forehand at the 12 line. Douglas center court at the 13 line. Forehand goes down the wall. It's going to be rebote coming out for Julin. Douglas, tough
scoop.
Catch.
What
nice
a scoop.
At the
nice 2-wall return. Going to take a big bounce. And wow. Sorry, I almost jumped on you there, huh?
You can jump on me. You can, when it gets exciting, Stu. That's great. That's Jai-Alai H2H. Good. Please feel free. All right. Diaz and Douglas 5-4. So we are at possible set point for Diaz and Douglas. Diaz first serve. Low and hard, comes in. Julin handles it on the back end at the 12 line. Steps up, tries to go deep. Does the rebote coming out. Diaz handles the rebote. Julin moves in. He's at the 10 line on the forehand. Throws another deep one that Douglas handles on the fly at the 13 line. Julin in the 11 line backhand. He goes up and it hits the overhead screen. Little too much, little too hard. First set goes to Diaz and Douglas 6-4. Well played first set, Skip.
Absolutely. That last one going into the overhead screen.
We got Stu doing double duty here. Neither one of us can score with the adeptness. Well, I can't score at all. Stu cannot score with the adeptness of Andrew, but he's hanging in there. We have support staff here. I mean, if people could see what's going on here.
Thank God I got Julie right over my corner. Now, Julie doesn't want to be on camera, which I get because I don't want to be on camera either. But it's this highly technical in Jai-Alai we've been doing it the same way since the 20s. So now that Jai-Alai H2H has taken off, I mean, we need technical stuff. I'm not a technical person.
For the viewers, every point in Jai-Alai H2H is scored, and not just scored on who's winning the point, but on the type of what happened that precipitated the win, be it a double fault, a failed rebote, a ball thrown out of bounds, a kill shot, and all goes into the historical data bank. So Stu's handling those paramount chores today, and as I said, doing my best imitation of a play-by-play announcer. We are ready to go with our second set.
So far, I think you're great.
Thank you, Stu.
In fact, anytime you want my job, look,
no,
it's real simple.
No, after today. This is a one and done, as they say. All right. First serve of set 2, fired in by Jedden. Julian handles it on the backhand at the 12. Douglas backhand, 13 line. Soft throw there, which Julian handles on the wall at the 11 line. He goes backhand. Douglas takes forehand at the 13 line. Tries to go right down the wall. Comes off the wall, misjudged by Julian. Jedden converts the rebote. Nice forehand conversion of the rebote. Diaz handles at the 7 line. Jedden Julian team right back in this point. Comes down the wall. Douglas, nice catch, backhand at the 11 line. Julian, nice scoop just behind the 11 line. Backhand. Douglas has got it outside the 12 line. Goes to wall. Jedden comes across. Ooh, Jedden should have caught that one. Mishandled. Dropped by Jedden. Moving in.
Don't know if he was thinking about the throw before he made the catch, but he definitely just missed that.
Yeah, that was like your receiver looking to run downfield before they catch the ball. He just thinking, got a little bit ahead of himself. Diaz and Douglas, first point of set 2. Here's Diaz's serve. Nice low serve. Julian moves in and handles it. Backhand at the 10. He's going deep. Douglas makes a nice forehand grab outside the 13. Hard throw on the bounce, coming off the back wall. Rebote by Julian, converted. Douglas cross court. All the way across, nice throw. He goes back along the wall, backhand by Julian at the 11 line. Douglas at the 13 line throws the backhand up. Julian moves in, decides to let it come. Rebote off the wall, turns around, forehand rebote at the 11. Here's Douglas at the 10 line, forehand, comes down the wall. Julian lets that one go. Diving forehand rebote.
That's a great save, huh?
Super save there. Douglas on the backhand, Julian on the backhand, just outside the 10 line.
Juggling ruled on the catch of Julian. Wow.
Juggling. Folks, that's when you don't make a clean catch, when the ball bobbles or is juggled in the cesta. Point goes to Diaz and Douglas. They take a quick 2-0 lead here in the second set. They captured that first set 6-4. They're up 2-0 in the second. Diaz's first serve, low and hard. Good serve, Stu. That landed in. Super low, super hard. Julian was not able to get in and get it before the second bounce. And the Diaz-Douglas duo. A lot of alliteration there. Diaz-Douglas duo.
We love alliteration here.
Up 3-0. Here we go. Diaz with the serve. That serve was long.
That's our first bad serve so far.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Outstanding. 2 serves allowed in H2H. That would be akin to tennis, and that would be a fault. It was an over serve. Diaz comes back with his second serve right here. Drops right in the box. Here comes Julian in, backhand at the 10 line. Ooh, low into the pad.
You know what he tried to do there, don't you?
No, but you're going to tell me, hopefully.
Yeah, reverse 2-all. My least favorite shot, and it didn't work.
Fails to convert the reverse 2-wall. Stu will be lecturing players later about that. And Diaz and Douglas up 4-0. Here's Diaz's first serve. Jedden tried to catch that with the forehand, sort of in a defensive posture. It's almost like catch it. Diaz just, now it's 4-0. I was one ahead of you there. He scores again on the serve, and that is match. So that is Diaz and Douglas capturing that match. 6-4 in the first set, 6-0 in the second set. Very good play by the Diaz and Douglas duo. We're going to figure out our scoring back here, and we are going to set up our second match of the day. Very good first match, though. Diaz and Douglas really, Jedden and Julian are a solid team. Diaz and Douglas played, call it steady, rhythmic, smart Jai-Alai there. Really had it under control. Outstanding serving by Diaz in that match.
Yeah, what's his name? That happened so quick. I was sitting here keeping track, and poof, like magic, it was gone. So Diaz-Douglas win the first one 6-4. They win the second one 6-0. And wow.
That moves them to to 7-1 on the season, ties them with Carballo in Tennessee at the top at 7-1. Stu is, I think, finding out how difficult it is to score and stay up with all this. Got our team of experts all here helping out, and let's set up match number 2 this Saturday afternoon at Magic City Jai-Alai H2H. That's head-to-head Jai-Alai. Match number 2. In the white, in the front court, will be Carballo, his partner in the backcourt, Tennessee. They will be playing the duo of, in the front court, CRB, and in the backcourt, Bradley.
I love looking up and seeing that the right people are playing in that game. That's first of all. So I'm, normally I'm all about, technically what's going on the court and the play and everything. I hadn't realized how easy I had it. Now remember to kiss Andrew when he gets back on the cheek. Not, nothing inappropriate. Just a little bit right here on the cheek, and make sure that he knows how appreciated he is.
He'll let you know if the sensitivity training allows for the cheek kiss.
That's right.
What exactly is allowed these days. I'm sure he's got the manual with him when he comes back from Serenity Lake. So, good match coming up. We are ready to rock and roll here. We've got the leading team, Carballo in Tennessee, 7-1, facing off against the duo of CRB in the front, Bradley in the back. They are 2-6, but don't let their record fool you. They've had some forfeited matches. This is a good pairing. You've got Bradley in the back, who's one of the hardest throwers, if not the hardest thrower here at Magic City Jai-Alai, and CRB, who's pretty much a robote machine up there. Certainly was in the Us and Jack tournament last year. So we're ready to roll here. Carballo with the first serve. Carballo in Tennessee, CRB and Bradley. First serve comes in strong. Bradley cannot handle that first serve. Carballo, when you give Carballo 2 serves, and he's fired up, and you're going to see that first one coming in at 100 to 125 miles an hour every time, maybe even faster. He takes advantage of the 2-serve rule here in H2H. First serve, second point comes in. Bradley handles this one on the backhand, and drops it. Carballo, off of 2 strong first serves, puts the Carballo Tennessee team up 2-0. First set here. Second match. Here we go. Carballo. First serve. Fired in again. God, Bradley handles this
CRB
one.
Almost got killed by that one, huh?
Carballo moves in. Bradley handles on the forehand at the 11 line. Carballo's got it on the backhand at the 7 line. Tries a drop shot. CRB comes in on the backhand. Handles that. He goes deep. This is going to be a rebote coming out to Carballo. Fires that. Bradley handles it between the 10 and 11 line. Forehand comes back to Tennessee. Tennessee handles it. CRB comes across, and we have... Is that juggling again? Juggling ruled on CRB in the front court. Thank you, Stu. Got it. Thank you.
Carballo, Tennessee leading 3-0. Wow.
Carballo's first serve.
Acrobatics there, trying to get out of the way of
you got CRB,
CRB
ducking Carballo's serve, and Bradley trying to catch it back here. And the serve's coming at about, I got to say, Stu, we're probably north of 125 on the serve.
That
Unbelievable. I mean, he just fires it in there. 4-zip, Carballo in Tennessee. Here comes Carballo's serve. Fired in again. That is ruled... Good serve. Okay, we're waiting for the judges. That was a good serve.
That's an ace.
Wow. He is firing the ball. Outstanding serving exhibition.
Straight points to possible set point.
Comes the next serve. Comes in hard. Bradley on the forehand. Carballo moves in. Tried to take the backhand off the wall at the 7 line. Carballo dropped that. CRB and Bradley score their first point of this match. And it is 5-1, which means possible set point for for Carballo in Tennessee.
Still possible
CRB
set
with
point.
The serve. Carballo handles it.
Split
placement.
Split placement is going to work, huh?
Beautiful. Carballo took CRB's serve through the perfect split placement, and the first set going to Carballo and Tennessee, 6-1. Pretty handily.
Very much so. And the computer says it's processing. There, it processed.
Beautiful. We have 1 minute in between sets here at Jai-Alai H2H. The Jai-Alai H2H is fast moving. You've got these guys out there. They're playing 2 out of 3 sets. No breaks like you see in the pari-mutuel version, where there's that sort of downtime in between the rotation when one team is coming off, another team coming on.
Our chief operating officer said no downtime. You guys are former athletes from other things. get a sip of water, get your ass back on the court. That guy's tough. People say I'm tough, but woof, when that memo came down, I'll tell you.
Well, people like action. We want to give them what they want, and that's continuous action. Plus, as you said, Stu, they are athletes, and this idea that they need breaks and no.
I think it's safe to say Carballo's on fire, and Fuego is, I believe it. I think that's the way it goes.
I mean, I am not reflecting. I have to work my way up, I guess, to the exciting voice or something. But those serves were just amazing.
You have 2 serves. Take advantage of.
Absolutely.
Take advantage of that first hard serve and just the acrobatics of CRB, just trying to get out of the way of the ball so he doesn't get clobbered.
So CRB starts us off in the second set. The team that loses the first set serves first. In the next set, Tennessee on the backhand. Bradley's got a forehand at the 13 line. Carballo lets it pass. Rebote forehand by Carballo. Bradley on the forehand at the 11 line. Throws it hard and low. Carballo snags it right off the floor at the 8 line. Backhand drop by Bradley.
What a catch by Carballo, huh? And the return. Wow.
For those of you tuned in, I mean, Carballo is just an exciting highlight player.
He is.
He's flashy, and he certainly is not the most consistent player on the roster. But when he's on, there's just nothing more exciting to watch.
I don't know who can stop him when he's on. He's legitimately on.
First serve by Carballo, handled on the backhand by Bradley. He goes deep. We got Tennessee on the forehand at the 13 line. He goes inside. CRB makes the backhand. He's deep by CRB. Moves Carballo up on the backhand rebote. Bradley's going to take the rebote.
What a save by
great
Bradley.
Save by
that
Bradley.
Was great.
Carballo's got the backhand mid-court. He goes down. Oh, Bradley's just unable to take that one on the backhand at the 11 line. Hard throw by Carballo. Scores again. And that puts Carballo and Tennessee up 3-0 in this second set. Sorry, 2-0. Here we go. Oh, another outstanding serve by Carballo.
Another ace.
Legitimate ace. Now we're at 3-0.
Now we're at 3-0. The score will reflect that in just a second.
Here we go. Carballo on a serving roll. First serve. Powered in there. Backhand. Right off the wall by Bradley. Great catch on the backhand.
Such
Tennessee,
a hard catch by Bradley there.
Forehand from the 13 line. CRB comes across. Goes deep with the backhand. Rebote coming out. Carballo's going to take a forehand rebote, and he swings and misses. First error of the day by Carballo. He had gone error-free. Just playing outstanding highlight. And the first point of this second set for CRB and Bradley. They now trail in the second set 3-1. CRB with the serve. Nice first serve. Tennessee handles on the backhand at the 11 line. He goes deep. It's going to come out. Forehand rebote. CRB. It escapes into the overhead screen. Or as the Pauly man would say, Machu Picchu.
Haven't heard that in a while, huh?
Yeah, the Machu Picchu.
We miss Pauly. We miss Machu Picchu as well.
A lot of Paulyisms. All right. Carballo and Tennessee leading 4-1 in the second set. They took the first set 6-1. Comes the serve from Carballo. Fires this one in. Bradley handles it nicely right at the 12 line. Now Tennessee lets it pass Carballo. The backhand rebote conversion. Oh, Bradley fires it.
What a catch by Carballo. My God.
Bradley
What
comes
a
back
catch
a one-handed
by
catch
Bradley.
at the 10 line. Carballo with a great catch. CRB, forehand, 2-wall. Carballo comes now outside and makes that. He slows it down, goes up with a 2-wall. That scores. Beautiful
That was gorgeous.
Play.
What a beautiful kill shot.
Some thought into that one, Stu, wasn't?
No question about it. You saw him take that extra second there, make sure that he got it not just coming off of the sidewall, but got a little extra bounce to get it over CRB's head. He did great. That's possible set point.
Outstanding. Set point, match point here. Carballo first serve. Fired in backhand. Bradley is able to make the catch. Backhand. Carballo cuts across. He's at the 10 line. Forehand goes deep in the corner. Bradley catches it forehand. He goes down the line. Great throw. Tennessee digs it out at the 13. Backhand, which Bradley handles on the forehand at the 11. Throws it hard like he always does. And Carballo cuts across and misses it. Drops it at the 9 line. That was Bradley firing his forehand. Carballo coming cross court. Just wasn't able to make the catch. Still remains set point, match point for the Carballo Tennessee team.
Carballo picks that serve.
Drop shot. Beautiful drop shot by Carballo to win that match.
Point, set, and match.
Unbelievable. That was just great playing by Michael Carballo in this match. Probably the smartest I've seen him play.
That was absolutely fantastic. He combined both power, control, and finesse to make sure that that's the way that it wound up, and it wound up beautiful for him.
Really great highlight by that team. Carballo and Tennessee. Tennessee just steady in the back. What Tennessee needs to do in this match. Carballo provides all the flash that you need, and certainly just had his first serve working. I mean, that's the best series of first serves I've seen in H2H. So firing it in, tough catches for Bradley, smart play by Carballo, and they take this second match Saturday afternoon and raise their record now to 8-1.
See, you're covering the stats because, as we all know, anyone who pays regular attention to the signal, I can do play-by-play, I can explain some highlight shots, but when it comes to statistics, I can't even say the word statistics. Did you hear that? I just fumbled on statistics. When it comes to the numbers, forget about it. It's childhood trauma, Scott. Seriously.
Doing my best to, I know the stats are provided courtesy of Andrew, so we're doing our best to give the fans some stats. So Carballo and Tennessee win that match. That puts them at 8-1. Sitting right behind them, the winner of the first match today, Diaz and Douglas, they're at 7-1. In third place, with only 2 losses, sitting at 6-2, are El Barba and Ikeda, who we will see later on. But coming up now, we've got that duo of Jedin and Julin back on the court to play Cool Fitness and Spinner. So Jedin in the front, Julin in the back versus Cool Fitness and Spinner, with Cool Fitness up front, Spinner in the back. Cool Fitness and Spinner are the far and away leaders of doubles in the pari-mutuels, but not here in the H2H. So a little bit different in the H2H too.
Communication between the two of them has been absolutely fantastic. Jedin, I know, not happy about that loss in the first match of the day, so you're going to see a higher degree of intensity coming out of Jedin there in the front court in the white shirt.
We're going to kick off this third match, and we've got Jedin and Julin, who are at 5-4 after sustaining a loss in the first H2H match today, and they're squaring off against Cool Fitness and Spinner, who sit at 4-4. So fairly pivotal match here. It's either going to drop Jedin and Julin to 500, which would elevate Cool Fitness and Spinner up to 5-4, or Jedin and Julin with a win will move to 6-4 and drop Cool Fitness and Spinner below that 500 mark. So here we go with our third match of the day. Jedin serving. Spinner handles the serve at the 11 line, backhand off the front wall. Jedin comes in backhand at the 8 line. He goes deep. Spinner handles it on the forehand just behind the 13 line, hop and a step. Fires it off the front wall. Julin backhanded at the 10, comes to Spinner deep behind the 13 line, forehand. Julin tries and fails to convert the backhand catch just outside the 10 line. And the first point of this third H2H match of the day goes to Cool Fitness and Spinner.
One of the comments frequently made about Spinner is how he coaches Cool Fitness after every point. And it's really been paying off in the pari-mutuel games and also paying off so far here in H2H. Cool Fitness really appreciates it.
Cool Fitness now turns around and he has his first serve. Drops it in. Julin has to come in pretty hard and handle it forehand at the 10 line. He goes rebote coming out. Cool Fitness converts the rebote. Julin on the backhand outside the 10 line, right down the wall. Spinner comes in backhand at the 10 line. He goes deep. Rebote comes out. Jedin forehand rebote. Drops it in nicely, and Spinner backhand at the 10 line. Spinner, Julin charges in and takes that at the 11 line on the forehand. Here comes Spinner on the backhand at the 10, just inside the 10. Scoop by Julin at the 11 line. He's got it. Spinner catching just outside the 10. Goes forehand. Right back to Julin in the air at the 11 line. Julin forehand. Bouncing a catch just behind the 12 line by Spinner. Julin handles that outside the 11. Forehand. Spinner takes on the backhand. Just outside the 12 line. Comes down. Julin moves in. Backhand deep. Rebote coming out to Cool Fitness. Cool Fitness converts again and goes outside. Julin comes across.
What a catch by Julin.
Great catch. Spinner's got it just inside the 11 line. Forehand down the center of the court, which Julin handles easily at the 10 line. He comes right back, and it tips off of Spinner's cesta just outside the 10 line. Point, Jedin and Julin. Well played point by both teams. And that...
It seems like we'd have more points after all that action on the court. I mean, I'm not complaining, just there's a lot going on. These guys are catching, specifically Julien and Spinner, just really doing well there in the backcourt.
A lot of exchanges here. The quality of play very high. Here comes Jedin's first serve. Good first serve. Spinner handles it on the forehand. At the 12 line, Jedin comes across, catches the forehand at the 9. He goes deep. Backhand by Spinner at the 12. Kind of lays it up there. Julien charging and tries to catch it on the fly. Drops it at the 10 line. Sort of an in-between shot there, Stu.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's coming hard. Sometimes you just lay it up to land at the feet of your opponent. Drop it in front of him. So he's got to catch it on the bounce. That makes it more difficult, depending upon the player. Some players take it better on the bounce. We always encourage players to take it in the air, but that time it worked fine.
First serve by Cool Fitness. Drops in. Julien charges in. Takes it on the forehand at the 10 line. Right down the middle of the court. Spinner at the 11 line. He goes forehand off the side wall to Julien at the 10 line on the forehand. And Spinner catches it off the sidewall just outside the 12 line. Julien backhand at the 10. He goes deep. Spinner, great catch.
What a catch in the corner.
Julien at the 10 line on the forehand. Comes deep to Spinner outside the 13 line. Jedin backhand at the 7 line. He's going deep. Robote coming out. Cool Fitness lining it up. Perfect conversion.
Ooh, Spinner got clobbered with that ball.
Tipped off of Julien Cesta at the 10 line, hits Spinner in the left hand. He's trying to shake that off. Point goes to Cool Fitness and Spinner. As I say often when I watch the broadcasts, it's a dangerous game, amigo.
Dodging death early in the day, actually.
Absolutely. All right, Cool Fitness and Spinner up 3-1. Cool Fitness with the serve. Julien comes in, handles it on the backhand inside the 10 line, comes down. Oh, and Spinner drops that, trying to make the catch in the air on the backhand just outside the 11 line. He drops it. Point goes to Julien and Jedin. See Cool Fitness serve, and he doesn't really take full advantage of that first serve. He's just trying to get that serve in, it seems like.
Yeah. You have to have a high degree of confidence. Look at Cool Fitness taking his cousin's
Cool
serve.
Fitness.
Wow.
Back to Julien on the backhand. Spinner moves in, backhand inside the 11 line. He goes deep. Julien on the forehand at the 13 line. Center court, comes across. Spinner backhand at the 11. Right down the wall.
Trying to get that big bounce.
Yep. Outside the 13 on the forehand. Spinner moves in, takes it on the backhand at the 10. Again, right down the wall, and Julien unable to make the catch. Tipped off the Cesta, I believe. Point to Cool Fitness and Spinner.
That gives them 4 points.
They're up 4-2 in this first set. Remember, H2H Jai-Alai. First one to win 6 points wins the set. First one to win 2 sets wins the match.
I think I've said that once or twice.
I'm just imitating.
It's great hearing someone else say it.
Julien charges in, handles the serve on the forehand. Spinner makes a nice scoop outside the 12. Forehand. Jedin, in and out of the Cesta at the 12 line. Point to Cool Fitness and Spinner. That brings them to possible set point. 5-2 in our first set here. Cool Fitness on the serve, and they will have a couple of set points here. First serve by Cool Fitness. Dropped in. Julien takes the forehand just outside the 11 line. Lays it up. Spinner lets it come off the back wall. Handles the rebote fairly easily. Jedin charges in. He's got a forehand at the 6 line. Oh, and
Beautiful
Spinner's
throw by
unable to
Jedin
handle
there.
that. Jedin fired it hard. Spinner tried to convert a backhand scoop. Was unable to do so. And Julien and Jedin pick up a point there. Still, set point here for Cool Fitness and Spinner in our first set. Jedin fires the first serve in. Spinner picks it off the wall at the 11 line. Backhand. Julien, backhand outside the 12 line. Comes right down the line. Spinner's got it at the 9 on the backhand. Jedin.
Great
center
catch
court.
by Jedin there, huh?
He goes deep. Robote coming out. Cool Fitness converts. Nice conversion. Here's Julien moving in. Backhand outside the 10. He goes deep. Spinner's got the backhand at the 13 line. Julien right off the wall at the 10 line with his backhand, and he goes deep. Robote coming out again. Cool Fitness going to try a forehand Robote, which he converts. Julien on the forehand at the 10 line. He goes deep. Nice catch by Spinner. Backhand outside the 13. Julien. He's got it at the 12 line on the forehand. Lays it up. Spinner charges in. Reaches up at the 10 line. Backhand.
Woo,
Right off the
what
wall.
a catch.
Grabbed off the wall by Julien. He fires it. We got Spinner at center court. He goes high. Oh! And Jedin is unable to handle that. Point
Point and set.
set. 2. Cool Fitness and Spinner. they take the first set of this third H2H match of the day. Stu, that last point by Spinner, what was he throwing there that Jedden was unable to handle?
Basically, he switched it up and gave him a 2-wall, but a 2-wall with a bounce. Bounce right at his feet.
Change of pace. Jedden unable to handle that one. We're in our 1-minute break in between the first and second set here. You'll have Jedden and Julin serving first in this second set. H2H, when you win the point, you continue to serve, but the loser of the set serves first in the next set. So Cool Fitness and Spinner winning that set 6-3. Jedden and Julin will serve first in the second set. We got Cool Fitness and Spinner. They spend their time, they didn't come off the court, they're talking to each other. Spinner's coaching up Cool Fitness in between, and it seems to be paying dividends.
Absolutely. There's some people who like to sit down, take a break, get something to drink. Other players that prefer, like for instance, Diaz doesn't like to walk off the court. A couple guys don't like to walk off the court. Spinner and Cool Fitness talking about strategy. Hopefully it pays off.
Here we go. Jedden's serve starts the second set. Nice serve, pulled off the wall. Backhand by Spinner. Julin backhand at the 12 line. He comes right down the wall. Spinner's got it. 13 line backhand, kind of lays it up. Forehand to Julin at the 12 line. Spinner moves across to the center of the court, catches it. Forehand. Julin comes in, gets it on the backhand at the 9 line, and he goes deep. Nice backhand catch, 13 line by Spinner, laying it up. Julin at the 11 line, backhand. It's coming out. Big rebote. Cool Fitness unable to convert the forehand rebote up and into the overhead screen. First point, second set, Jedden and Julin. You see the pace sometimes of these games. It gets frenetic. It kind of speeds up, then it slows down. That was sort of a slower paced point. Jedden with a good first serve. Spinner's unable to handle it. Point, Jedden and Julin. Again, you have two serves in Jai-Alai H2H, and you really need to take advantage of that first serve. These players are skilled enough where they're seldom going to double fault. So take advantage of that additional serve on the first serve and fire it, which Jedden just did. And Jedden again goes for the hard first serve.
Great serve. Great serve.
Handled by Spinner. Julin comes all the way across court. Makes a great forehand catch, leaping. Spinner moves in at the 10 line. Oh, unable to convert the catch by Jedden.
Spinner threw that hard. Spinner threw it really hard.
Jedden had that lined up, but he just couldn't convert the catch.
You get tense right before it comes into your cesta. You need to stay loose the whole time. That's the only way to stop the ball. Focus, but relax.
Oh,
that's a miss serve.
Miss serve by Cool Fitness. So that's a fault. But again, you get two serves in Jai-Alai H2H. So just a drop out of the cesta there on the first serve.
Up.
Second serve, Cool Fitness drops it in the box. Jedden's got it. Forehand goes outside and puts it right by Cool Fitness. Judge escapes death there and dodging death. Everybody's okay, and we are looking at 3-1, I believe, here in this second set.
3-1 for Jedden and Julin.
So Jedden and Julin jump out to an early 3-1 lead in the second set, trying to turn the tables where they were 6-3 losers in the first set. Jedden with the first serve. Another good, solid first serve. Spinner handles it on the forehand at the 12 line. He goes deep. Oh, Julin cannot convert a forehand catch at the 12 line. Tips off the cesta. Again, not a drop you see Julin often make. Usually he handles those. Makes it a 3-2 match here. Jedden and Julin in front. Cool Fitness serving, trailing 3-2. First serve by Cool Fitness. Jedden lets it go. Julin handles it on the forehand at the 12 line. Return handled backhand by Spinner. Forehand by Julin just at the 10 line. He goes outside, but Cool Fitness handles it on the forehand. He comes back inside. Nice scoop
what
catch.
A scoop by Julin, huh?
Julin, great catch. Spinner moves across and unable to handle the catch at the 10 line. Misses the backhand catch. Jedden and Julin record their fourth point of this second set and puts them up 4-2. They're trying to battle back and extend this one to 3 sets. Our first 2 matches were 2-set matches. Here comes Jedden with the first serve. Hard first serve. Spinner handles that. Backhand just outside the 11 line. He goes to...
I've heard that once or twice. I've heard the pad is bad.
It's great to have these go-to phrases that you have set up for me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was really for the players when we started in 2018. Hey, you remember the pad's bad, right?
Makes life easy. I just grab that one out of my right hand. And, pad is bad phrase right there. Okay. All right. Cool Fitness serving. First serve's good. Julian. Oh, Julian cannot handle the first serve. Tried to pull it off the wall and was unable to. Ace
for Cool Fitness.
Starting to get the hang of why the first serve is so important. Knotted up 4-4 in the second set. So Cool Fitness and Spinner trying to come back here. It's 4-4. Cool Fitness, nice first serve again. Julian handles that one off the wall at the 11 line. Backhand Spinner in the air at the 11. Backhand return. Julian comes across forehand. Center court goes to wall. And that is going to be... Are we going interference here?
0.3.
Interference ruled by the judges. Interference asked for, I believe. We are replaying the point.
We're replaying the point. Okay. See? I didn't even see it.
4-4. Cool Fitness with the serve. That was interference. Here comes Cool Fitness's serve. Julian has to move in, gets it on the forehand. Spinner just outside the 11 line. Hard forehand. Julian lets it pass, takes the rebote. Forehand rebote at the 10 line. Spinner's got it. Center court 11 line. Lobs up a 2-wall. Oh, Jedden can't convert that one. Point. Cool Fitness and Spinner. They're going to take a 5-4 lead. We now have set point, match point for the duo of Cool Fitness and Spinner. Guys are thinking a lot today.
No question about it. Smart highlight being played on the court. Throw the ball where your opponent's not. That's one of the recurrent themes that we preach. Hopefully they get to a point where they can do it. They've been doing it today.
Cool Fitness first serve. Set point, match point. Here we go. Julian pulls it off the side wall. Goes deep. Spinner, nice catch. Backhand at the 13.
Ball was on the wall.
Here's Julian moving in forehand. Julian goes for a drop shot. Oh, falls short, hits the pad. As they say, the pad is bad, the result was bad, and the match is over. Cool Fitness and Spinner take that match. 6-3, 6-4. Do it in 2 sets. Moves their record up to 5-4. And Jedden and Julian now even at 5-5. They sustained 2 losses today. Diaz and Douglas beat them in the first match of the day. Cool Fitness and Spinner beat them in the third match of the day. All right. We're moving along. We're seeing some exciting highlight today. Hope everyone who's tuned in to Jai-Alai H2H from Magic City Jai-Alai is enjoying the H2H competition. It's something you're going to see more and more of. It's a different style of Jai-Alai. The players enjoy it. We hope that you enjoy it. We've seen 3 really good matches so far this morning. All 2-set matches, though. Our next match coming up features Kubala and Benny versus El Barba and Ikeda. El Barba and Ikeda sitting at 6-2. Some pressure on them in this match because you've had Carballo and Tennessee won their first match today. They're actually their only match today. They're at 8-1. Diaz and Douglas won their only match of the day. That moved them to 7-1. So you got El Barba and Ikeda sitting at 6-2. Only 1 loss behind the 2 top of the leaderboard, the 2 at the top of the leaderboard. And they're going to face off against Kubala and Benny. Now, Kubala and Benny, 3-5 in the H2H season, but they have had a couple of forfeit losses. This is a very strong parimutuel team. For those of you that watch the parimutuel and follow us and hopefully have been following us from the beginning of our short season this year, Kubala and Benny are the short season champions. They're now trying to battle their way back up the leaderboard in the parimutuel division here. They're just behind the league leading duo of Cool Fitness and Spinner. So they're fighting strong and hard in the parimutuel division and put themselves right back in the thick of things.
Is it me or has the pace been fast today, Scott?
Fast pace, but the point,
it's a fast game. It's a fast game.
It is a fast-moving game. There have been some, I'd say, fairly lengthy points, but not a lot of mistakes out there.
No.
I mean, people are winning points as opposed to, the other team losing the points, and some outstanding serving today. I think we've seen one double fault all day.
Believe so.
Yeah.
And serves have been on the money. We've seen a couple aces today. We've seen no double faults. So overall, it's been really sound play.
Outstanding first serve percentage. And we're winding down. We're ready to start what will be match number 4 of the day. Again, we have serving Kubala and Benny. That's Kubala in the front, Benny in the back. Receiving El Barba and Ikeda. El Barba up front, Ikeda in the back. Two very, very good teams. You could expect to see some potentially long points from these two teams. A lot of catch and throw. I think Ikeda and Benny will trade a lot of shots.
And also two extremes on the court. We got El Barbo at 43 and Benny at 17.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
It's one of the wonderful things about the Magic City program.
That's terrific. 26 years age span from Benny to El Barba. Here we go. First serve of our match. Ikeda moves in, handles it forehand center. Benny's got the backhand just behind the 12 line. Goes backhand. El Barba lets Ikeda handle that. Ikeda goes outside, but Kubala comes across and handles it. Now Ikeda backhand behind the 11 line. Benny, can't convert the scoop just outside. Tried for a backhand scoop at the 12 line. He missed it, and the first point goes to El Barba and Ikeda. So they will take over serving, and El Barba, who you never know what you're going to get when El Barba serves.
Absolutely not.
El Barba's first serve, medium speed first serve. Benny handles that easily. Backhand outside the 11 line. Ikeda backhand at the 11. Benny moves in, scoop just behind the 11 line. Backhand. Ikeda in on the fly behind the 12. Here's Kubala coming across. He gets it in the air at the 8 line. He goes deep. Ikeda makes a nice catch deep in the corner. Benny moves in, backhand between the 9 and the 10. He comes deep. Ikeda, forehand catch right against the back wall.
What a catch, wow.
Coming into your living room, as they say. Here's Benny with a forehand. Ikeda moves in the 9 line. His forehand. Benny, nice scoop just behind the 10 line. Forehand, and Ikeda handles the backhand at the 11. And fires it into the pad. The type of points, though, that I expect to see in this match too long. A lot of trading of catches by these teams.
You got two of the best catchers on the roster. You got Kubala, who will play a defensive game all day long up in the front court, and you got Ikeda in the back court, who doesn't like to drop a ball. Tied up at 1 apiece.
Kubala's first serve. Nice first serve. Ikeda has to move in, handles that on the forehand, goes to the front wall. Benny's going to let it come off the back wall, converts the backhand rebote. Here's Ikeda, the 10 line, backhand. Benny on the forehand just behind the 11 line. Medium speed, throws it up against there. Ikeda moves in. Medium speed back to Benny. Catch outside the 12 line. He goes with the forehand. Ikeda comes in, scoops it up with the backhand at the 8 line. Big rebote coming out. Kubala forehand, converts it. Ikeda lets it pass. He's going to try forehand rebote right at the 10 line. Benny moves in at the 9 line, forehand. He goes deep. Rebote coming out. Forehand of Ikeda. Nice converted rebote by Ikeda. Benny's got it. Forehand at the 10 line. Ikeda, forehand at the 10 line. Benny lets that pass. He's going to try a forehand rebote. Converts. Here comes El Barba across backhand.
El Barba narrowly missed. If he gets hit by that, he loses the point. What a scoop.
Great scoop by Ikeda. Now Benny's back at the 13 line. Forehand. There's El Barba coming across backhand at the 7 line. Benny in the air at the 11 line. He goes backhand. Ikeda catches it forehand. 13 line, he comes back. Benny's waiting for it at the 10 line on the bounce. Forehand, Ikeda charging in, jumps up, handles it on the forehand at the 9 line. Benny in the air at the 9 and drops it. Long point, a lot of catches. With these guys, it's just who's going to drop it first, because it looks like they'll trade throws all day still.
Absolutely. You try to put the ball again where your opponent's not. I have a habit of repeating those things over and over again, but that's literally what you're doing. You don't want to blast him into the corner every time. Sometimes you want to throw it at his feet. Sometimes you just want to make a move for it, and maybe he'll drop it.
El Barba on the serve, and so far this has been what I would call a defensive game. Both teams sort of feeling each other out, just trading catches and throws. Barba's first serve comes off the wall to Benny at the 11 line. He goes backhand. Ikeda at the 11 on the forehand. Benny at the 11 on the backhand. Benny goes deep. Ikeda lets it pass, coming out to El Barba, converts the forehand rebote, and Benny right against the wall, forehand at the 10 line. He goes outside. Ikeda comes across, almost hits the
What
judge,
a great
hits
save.
the net, saves it with a great save. Benny's got it, center court at the 9. Benny goes deep again. Ikeda's going to let this one come out, forehand rebote. Benny handles it on the forehand at the 9 line. He goes outside, but not outside enough. Ikeda's got it center court forehand. He tries to go deep. Benny lets it pass.
What
Makes
a save.
Great rebote. Ikeda flies in. Oh.
Is that me, or was that Ikeda in the front court?
Ikeda in the front court passing his partner.
Didn't work out, though, huh?
Amazing. And 2-all into the pad, Stu?
2-all into the pad.
Point goes to Kubala and Benny.
If you're gonna run by your front court, you probably want to do something other than throw it into the pad. Just
Yeah.
my opinion.
That is a solid opinion there, Stu. I'm sure El Barba was not
Thank you.
overly pleased with
Hey,
that
I
play.
can do that.
Kubala's first serve is in. Ikeda handles it center court at the 11 line. He goes forehand. Benny up against the wall,
Great
catches a
catch.
forehand behind the 11 line. Tough catch. Ikeda moves in, forehand, releases behind the 11 line, and Benny catches it behind the 12 line on the forehand. He goes right down the wall. Ikeda moves in. Oh! Ikeda moved in there at the 8 line, bounced off the wall, misjudged it, in and out of the cesta. Point to Kubala and Benny. Well, a long match may favor the Kubala-Benny team just from a conditioning point of view. But Barba in the front court does not have to move around as much as he would in the back court. Ikeda moves in off that serve, handles it. Benny's got Ikeda's return at the 10 line. And Benny goes deep, rebote coming out, right up against the wall. El Barba converts the forehand rebote. Benny moves in, center court, 2-wall. El Barba's there, handles it nicely. El Barba, great return.
What a great return
Unreturnable
by El Barba. That was
Barba.
beautiful.
Fantastic return by El Barba. There's nothing that you can do about that one. That is a winning shot.
Tied up at 3 apiece now. Barba really thought about that one. Barba's really been on today.
All right, we're knotted at 3 apiece here. El Barba with the serve. El Barba sometimes in the slowdown mode likes to take a little bit of time between his serve.
Oxygen's an important thing. The muscles like oxygen.
El Barba's serve is good. Now we got a big rebote coming out. Barba moved up and handled that forehand. Here's Benny at the 11 line, forehand. Ikeda's going to let it pass, and he has to make a fall down forehand rebote, hits the pad. Probably should have taken that one on the fly.
Sometimes it's hard to choose a lot of things. For anyone familiar with Jai-Alai, here almost everything comes out. So if you don't take it coming front ways, as I like to say, or forward, you can afford to play it off the rebote, but sometimes it's not coming off with enough speed to make any type of play on it. That was the case there.
Split-second decisions, the ball going 125 miles an hour. You got to really, as they say, think fast. Here's Kubala serving. Ball's first serve is good. Ikeda handles it on the backhand just behind the 12 line, and he throws it back to Benny. He's got it on the forehand at the 12 line. Ikeda moves up, lets it pass. He's going to take a forehand rebote, converts it at the 9 line. Benny moves in, forehand at the 9 line. Tries to go right down the wall. Ikeda lets it pass again. Forehand rebote converted by Ikeda. Benny got it at the forehand at the 9 line. Again, off the sidewall. Ikeda's forehand right behind the 11 line. Goes down the sidewall, and Benny handles it on the forehand. It's behind the 10. Lobs it up there. Here's Barba at the 6 line.
It's a great throw by El Barba there.
Kubala, backhand conversion of the rebote. Scrambles out of the way. Ikeda, forehand at the 10 line. Here's Benny. Woo! Oh, tough catch. He makes it right behind the 12 line.
Either catch it
Barba.
or get hit in the face with it.
Barba came across, converted it. Benny took the backhand. Here's Ikeda just behind the 10 line with his backhand. Benny moves in, lets it go. Big throw there. Barba's going to try a 2-wall rebote. He converts that. Benny gets it. Here's Ikeda moving in center court. Benny's going to handle the rebote. Backhand. Ikeda cuts across.
What a
Great
catch.
catch at the 10 line. Here's Kubala. Kubala goes right down the wall. Ikeda's got the backhand at the 12 line. Kubala handles it. Backhand goes deep into the corner. Ikeda has that one behind the 13 line. Backhand. Here's Benny moving up just behind the 10 line. Forehand. Ikeda allows that to pass. Forehand rebote, cannot convert the forehand rebote. Point goes to Kubala and Benny. These are just like two fighters sort of trading punches.
That gives Kubala and Benny possible set point here in this first set. Kind of a grudge match. I don't know if they have a grudge against each other, but that phrase came to mind for some reason.
I like that.
Thank you.
Kubala's first serve. Ikeda moves in, handles it on the backhand, comes down the wall. Benny elects to let it pass. Rebote sails out of bounds with that rebote. That makes it 5-4. Still set point for Kubala and Benny. Elbarba with the serve. Elbarba into the little bit of the slowdown here. H2O and H2H, as Stu was saying. Oxygen is important. Here comes Barba. First serve. A little bit of mustard on that one. Benny handles it. Behind the 11 line with his backhand. Ooh, tough play there. Ikeda let it pass, came out. Barba converted it. Nice conversion. Kubala goes for the pad. Well, doesn't go for the pad. Goes for a kill shot. Hits the pad. And we are knotted up at 5 apiece. So this is set point.
5-5, set point.
Here we go. Barba with the serve. He will take his customary extra bit of time in between serves. And number 77, at 43 years of age, he's taking
Look, I couldn't do it.
A few extra bounces here. All right, we're 5-5. This is set point. First set. First serve is in. Benny takes that off the wall. Oh, first serve is not in. It was an overserve.
It's the second serve coming up.
So, serve must land between the 4 and the 7 line. If you land short of the 4 line, it's an underserve. If you land beyond the 7 line, it's an overserve, or a fault, as in tennis. This was an overserve, and we are at second serve. So it's set point, 5-5, second serve. Here we go. Barba drops the serve in. Benny center court, backhand. Ikeda moves across to handle it forehand at the 12 line. Benny's going to let this pass. He's going to try a forehand rebote, which he cannot convert, into the pad. And the first set goes to Elbarba and Ikeda. Interesting, Stu. First set going to Elbarba and Ikeda, 6-5. But a lot of balls that they chose to let pass, as opposed to trying to catch them, or 3 or 4. You question that, or
Yeah, it's really a preference. Do you want to move up and catch it? Do you want to catch it off the rebote? Some guys are more confident off of the rebote, but it didn't translate.
So we're in between the 1 minute break, in between first set and second set here. Again, first set goes to Elbarba and Ikeda. Now remember, Elbarba and Ikeda were sitting at 6-2 going into this match. Kubala and Benny were at 3-5, but Kubala and Benny were the short season doubles champions, and they're making a fairly significant move right now in the parimutuel play. So we are ready to resume here, set number 2. We're a little bit more than halfway through our H2H matches today. We're in the 4th match of the day, just beginning the second set. Jai-Alai H2H head-to-head Jai-Alai. Doubles and singles, $100,000 in prize money here at Magic City.
You always want to be trying to take that ball, picking up on what you were talking about before. You always want to try to catch the ball in the air. A fellow by the name of Benny Bueno, I think some of our friends out there have heard of, I believe you've heard of him, said that when he was a ball boy at Miami Jai-Alai, a player came up and tapped him on the back and said, "Do you play this game?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Do you let the ball touch the floor?" He said, "Sometimes." He says, "When the ball touches the floor, bad things happen."
Well, that's the truth. We've seen that probably 3 times in this first set where, the players electing to let it pass knowing they're going to be handling a rebote coming out and unable to convert the rebote. So we're ready to kick off set number 2. We're going to turn it around here. The first set winners were Elbarba and Ikeda, but serving first in the second set, the team of Kubala and Benny, and it'll be Kubala getting ready to fire that first serve in. Later today at 4:30, Stu, is parimutuel?
4:30.
4:30. Stu on a dangerous mission
4
today.
o'clock. Now on Saturdays, it's 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Right. Doors open
at 4:30.
3:30. We're going to let him in.
3:30.
We're going to let him in at 3:30. We're going to start playing parimutuel
So
at 4.
if you're actually listening and planning on coming, doors open at 3:30. First game begins at 4.
All right. And Stu's going to be flying solo in the parimutuel today. So First serve is an underserve from Kubala, but again, Jai-Alai H2H, 2 serves just like tennis. Second serve coming up. Once again, doors open for Parimutuel today to the public at 3:30. The play begins at 4 o'clock, and there is a hat giveaway to the first 100 patrons. Here's Kubala's second serve.
I got a memo about that hat.
Keita handles it on the backhand, fires it in. Benny catches this one in the air, goes deep, but he catches the overhead screen. First point goes to Ikeda and El Barba. They won the first set 6-5. They lead 1-0 here in the second set. Jai-Alai H2H live from the Magic City, the Fronton, or I guess it's the Concha inside the Fronton. Stool.
The Fronton, the building in which we play Jai-Alai. The Concha is the court.
Here's El Barba's serve.
We got
Handled
a glass
on the backhand
Concha.
by Benny.
Or
Ikeda.
crystal Concha.
Crystal, yes. Here's Benny moving in, forehand at the 10 line, makes the catch. Keita grabs it off the sidewall at the 11 line, backhand. Kubala moves in, 7 line backhand, makes the catch.
Woo,
Keita deep
what a
in the
catch.
corner, makes a nice catch. Benny's going to backhand this one at the 11 line, comes right down the wall. Keita moves in, makes the catch, comes back. Benny just outside the 12 line with his backhand. Keita, another nice catch at the 12 line, backhand. Benny misjudges it along the wall there. Point to El Barba and Ikeda.
Tip ball. Tip ball there on the left side. The closer that ball is to the side wall, the more difficult it is to catch. That's why as the thrower, whatever you can do to either cross the wall or put the ball on the side wall is what you really want to do.
Both these teams content to just basically throw and catch and see who's going to drop it first.
Yeah.
El Barba.
As opposed to Carballo comes out here with a machine gun.
It's amazing. Underserve. Once again, that's a fault. 2 serves in H2H, just like the grand old game of tennis. You get 2 serves.
I've noticed some crossovers. Now that I've been paying attention these last few weeks, I've noticed some similarities.
There are a few similarities. Pelota hurts a lot more than getting hit by a tennis ball, though, I will tell you.
No question about that. If I had a choice.
El Barba takes the backhand rebote. Kubala charges in forehand, plays it back to Ikeda midcourt at the 9 line forehand. Benny's going to try and convert this off his cesta. Tried to take it off the sidewall just outside the 11 line. Missed that catch. It puts El Barba and Ikeda up 3-0 in the second set. They took the first set 6-5. A little more offensive play in that last point, but what we've basically been seeing are 2 teams who are content to catch and throw and see who's going to make the mistake. That point was a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more offensive, so we will see what happens here. 3-0 though, so Kubala and Benny need to turn it around quickly. El Barba's first serve is an ace. Drop that right in. No, it's a fault. Is an ace or a fault? We're waiting. Ace. Thank you, Stu. Appreciate that.
Ace.
Perfect
Ace.
serve.
A soft ace.
Perfect serve.
A
Yes.
soft ace, but still an ace.
Well placed. 4-0? It is. El Barba's serve. This time Benny comes charging in, makes the catch. Throws. Here's Kubala. Backhand by Kubala. Ikeda at the 13 line forehand. Okay, Benny lets this pass. Going to take the backhand rebote. Nice conversion there. Here's Ikeda coming in. Forehand rebote. Forehand. Here's Benny. Rebote at the 10 line. Ikeda catches it at the 8 line. Tries to go outside. And scores.
That split placement definitely worked.
You had Ikeda and El Barba both right up at about the 7 line. Standing right next to each other, basically. So Ikeda needed to convert that, or you're going to have players way out of position.
We have a possible shutout.
Wow. All right. This is, I don't know.
Possible set, possible
set
match
point,
point?
match point about 5 times. So El Barba and Ikeda looking to close this one out. Here's El Barba's first serve. Benny moves in, gets on the backhand. Goes deep. Ikeda behind the 13 line forehand. Outside placement is thrown outside.
Outside placement failed. That's out of play.
5-1. Well, this is a Mount Everest of comebacks, folks. They're down 5-0.
We've seen it here before.
It can be done.
We've seen it here before.
Kubala with the serve. They're trailing 5-1. It is set point, match point here. Ikeda charges in, handles it. Goes right down the middle. Benny off the cesta, tips off. And that is set and match to El Barba and Ikeda.
Point, set, and match.
Yes, indeed. And they improve their record to 7-2. So we have a logjam up at the top, which we will talk about. Upcoming in this match, we've got the sub-teams. So we have 9 doubles teams in Jai-Alai H2H, and then 1 sub-team that fills in anytime there is an injury. They're filling in, I believe, in this match for Ron and Juice. They will play. They are not in the overall standings, but they are playing for the prize money. So Anderluck in the front court, Vuelo in the back court against the duo of Cool Fitness and Spinner. Cool Fitness and Spinner coming back after registering a win just 2 matches ago, where they beat Jedden and Julin to raise their record to 5-4. So the 5-4 Cool Fitness and Spinner against the sub-team, we call them Anderluck and Vuelo, but there's some firepower in the Anderluck and Vuelo team.
There's no question about it. Realistically, Anderluck, one of the hardest throwing players on the roster, especially with that forehand. What makes it unique is the fact that he's left-handed, but he learned to master the right side early on. As far as doubles play is concerned, not always the... I'm not even going to call it considerate. I mean, he's very fiery. He's extremely competitive. Sometimes he gets in the way of his backcourt. He'll run all the way back to the 11 line. A backcourt that he has more confidence with, he does it less. Whereas Vuelo is pretty content just to listen to what Anderluck tells him to do. So that's actually a pretty good group there. In the Us and Jack tournament last year, Anderluck was paired with Bradley, and he played a much better front court because he had a stronger backcourt player who was basically telling him, "Get the hell out of my way, I'll handle this." Exactly. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a different story when he's paired with Vuelo. Anderluck in the front is more the captain of the team, which is unusual. I understand, and Stu, correct me, but the backcourter is going to direct traffic. Usually. Typically. In short court highlight, a number of different things change. And here it depends on the more dominant personality. It really does. So on that Vuelo Anderluck team, Anderluck's definitely calling the shots. And the Spinner Cool Fitness team, Spinner's definitely calling the shots. So here we go. Anderluck in the front court with Vuelo in the back. They'll be serving to Cool Fitness in front with Spinner in back. And you saw that exhibition of serving that was probably the best I've seen in H2H by Carballo earlier. Anderluck, another one that's got the fastball and then some. So we'll see if he's going to pull out the firepower early or how he's going to handle the 2 serves. But get ready to see lightning. Right off the bat, big first serve. Spinner handles it. You already see Anderluck hanging back here at the 10 line. Already edging back. Spinner moves in, takes the forehand. Vuelo makes the catch backhand at the 11 line. Spinner backhand right alongside him at the 11. He comes back. Vuelo, another nice catch at the 12 line. Nice shot, which couldn't be handled by Cool, just above the pad. Very nice throw by Vuelo. Landing just above the pad. Came out quick. Cool was unable to handle that one. Anderluck and Vuelo grabbed the first point here. Exchange a couple words of hopeful encouragement, and Anderluck is ready with the thunder and the lightning. There it is, first serve, big first serve. What ace, serve. Legit ace right there. Blew it by Spinner, and that's blowing it by a good highlight player. So Anderluck and Vuelo jump out to a 2-0 lead here. Our 5th match of the day. And here we go with Anderluck serving. Big serve. This one Spinner can handle on the forehand. Anderluck forehand at the 10 line. Fires it deep. Spinner's going to let it come out. Cool converts the forehanded rebote. Anderluck moving in. Oh, and he drops the ball. Typically, that's what happens when you think about what you're going to throw before you make the catch, especially with those ones that seem easy. One of the most common problems in Jai-Alai is thinking about the throw before you make the catch, and that's at any level. Which brings out Stu's favorite phrase, CTFB. CTFB. Cool Fitness first serve lands in. Vuelo's got it. Vuelo goes, Spinner comes across, catches in the middle, goes forehand way up high. And it lands out of bounds.
2-wall. Went high with that return, looking to get the big bounce and have it land in the screen, but instead it landed out of bounds. Point goes to Anderluck and Vuelo.
Those red lines on the floor are bright for a reason. Got to land it inside of those lines.
Anderluck's turn to serve. They're up 3-1. See what's in store for Spinner here. Fires the first serve. Spinner takes it off the wall at the 12 line. Backhand return. Vuelo's got that one. Spinner moves in, scoops it, forehand at the 10 line. He goes deep. Anderluck's going to have to make a forehand rebote conversion, which he does. Spinner's got it backhand outside the 10 line. Along the wall, Vuelo makes the catch, backhand. Spinner, backhand catch at the 11 line. Going deep, coming out. Anderluck's got to convert a forehand rebote, which he does, and Spinner's got it in the air at the 11 line. Oh, Anderluck reached up. That's probably a ball for the back quarter there.
Oh, yeah. In fact, Anderluck had to reach into his cesta to tip it.
And really, Vuelo probably should be
needs to
calling it off there.
Absolutely, it's on him.
If Anderluck doesn't hear anything, he's going to go for the ball.
Let it go. Mine. Boy. One of those. Any of the above.
All right. Cool Fitness with the serve. Sort of an outside serve there. Vuelo handles, goes on the backhand deep. Oh, Spinner's unable to handle that return from Vuelo. Anderluck and Vuelo up 4-2. All right. Sub-team playing very well here early. Born for a little bit of lack of communication. It might be 5-1, but it's 4-2. Anderluck serving. And he's got that power serve that we all tune in to watch. Breaks it out down the wall. Spinner's able to handle that one. Nice catch. Spinner goes deep. Vuelo on the forehand. Lays it up there, and Spinner moves in, catches it in the air on the backhand at the 11 line. Vuelo can't handle it at the 12 line. Point to Cool and Spinner. 4-3, Anderluck and Vuelo. Cool Fitness with the serve. First set. First one to 6 points win the set. First one to win 2 sets wins the match. First serve is an underserve or a fault in tennis. You get 2 serves in Jai-Alai H2H. Take advantage of the first one. Get it in on the second one.
Second serve's got to be good. Got to land between that 4 and 7 line. Unless the opposing front quarter takes it in the air.
Cool Fitness is ready with the second serve. Drops it in. Vuelo moves up, makes the catch on the backhand at the 9 line. Spinner in the center of the court. Forehand at the 12 line. Comes down the wall. Vuelo makes a nice catch off the wall at the 11 line. Backhand. Spinner. Backhand, middle of the court at the 13 line. Vuelo, nice catch at the 12 line. Backhands it again. Spinner again on the backhand, the 11 line. Oh, tried to lay it up there for a big bounce, but he into the screen, into Machu Picchu. And Anderluck and Vuelo staring at set point in this first set of this match. 5th match of the day, Jai-Alai H2H. Now if he's going to fire it, now's the time. It's set point. You're up 5-3.
If I had to guess, if I was a betting man, which as we know I'm not, I'm going to guess this first serve is going to, let's see. Yeah,
plenty of heat on that one. Plenty of heat on that one. Spinner makes the catch. Anderluck comes cross court, drops that one, trying to take the backhand off the wall at the 10 line. So it's still set point for Anderluck and Vuelo, 5-4. But we turn it around. Cool Fitness will have the serve. We'll see how aggressive Anderluck's going to be in the front court. You can try and pick this one off or let it go to the back court to Vuelo. Here's Cool's serve. Anderluck does pick off the front court, fires it back. Cool's got to come out and make a backhand rebote, which he does. Anderluck on the forehand center court. He goes deep and hard. And there's the first set.
Tip ball.
Anderluck and Vuelo. Well, that's the best set that pair has played.
No question about it.
And I think it starts with the serve. You know, I don't usually talk strategy to these guys because JR and Stu are light years advanced when it comes to that. But if you're giving somebody 2 serves, I mean, it seems pretty straightforward and simple to me. Take advantage of that first serve.
Absolutely, especially if you're someone who has a certain degree of confidence on that serve. Carballo has confidence. Anderluck has confidence. There's no question that some people have tremendous amount of confidence to try to blast that first one in. Like you're saying, even if you don't have all the confidence in the world, you have 2 serves. If you know you can get it between the 4 and 7, why not go for it on that first serve?
A great example of the first serve really working was Diaz. And Diaz is not known for his serve, but in the first match today, he had 3 serves that were, essentially unreturnable or very, very difficult to return because he was throwing and giving everything he had on that first serve. I think his first serve percentage in the first match today was like 80 or 90%. It was incredible. And he's throwing a hard first serve.
Yes. Something he's been working on. As he would say himself, hard for him, but hard. I mean, the Diaz hard serve is a little different than the Anderluck hard serve, but hey.
Diaz's hard serve seems to come in a little bit lower than some of these other guys, so it makes the returning player has to dip down. I think it makes it a little bit more difficult. Not as fast, certainly as Carballo or an Anderluck or some of the others, but it's fast enough and low. All right, so we turn it around here in the second set. Cool Fitness will serve. Anderluck and Vuelo taking the first set 6-4.
Start with an underserve.
Your eyesight is better than mine. I'm waiting to. Thank you. I'm between. Is it ace or is it an ace or is it an underserve?
And you always look at the judge, and if the judge points at the line, he's letting you know that it's over or under.
All right, here we go. Second serve for Cool Fitness. Perfect serve. Vuelo on the backhand. Returns it spinner backhand at the 11 line. Vuelo with a nice catch at the 12 backhand. Spinner catches the backhand at the 11. Again, he tries to throw that high bouncing shot, and he can't seem to execute it. It goes up into the screen. Point goes to Anderluck and Vuelo.
They get the first point, and that obviously folks know that spinner comes to us from Jai-Alai, where the front wall and the overhead screen are considerably higher than they are here, and that's some muscle memory left over from Dania, I believe.
Here comes Anderluck's first serve. Oh yeah, he goes fastball. Caught on the forehand by spinner, comes down. Vuelo catches the backhand just behind the 11 line. Spinner in the air at the 12. Here's his backhand. He tries to go deep. Anderluck's going to try and convert a forehand rebote, which he does. Spinner moves in, center court 9 line, lets it go. Vuelo can't bring it in. Tried to catch it at the 11 line on the backhand. It was a hot shot from spinner. Passes Vuelo. And Cool Fitness and spinner capture that point.
I think I'm getting the hand of the scoring, Scott.
Excellent. I'm not sure I'm getting the hang of the play-by-play.
You're doing fine.
Here we go. Cool serve is picked off by Anderluck. He goes deep. Big rebote coming out. Cool Fitness converts it on the backhand. Vuelo misses the scoop and then can't get it off the back wall. Point to Cool Fitness and spinner. Nice play there by Anderluck and then by Cool Fitness.
Picked a good serve, threw that ball hard to the back wall, sent that rebote all the way up there at about the 4 line. Cool Fitness hung in there. That's what Cool Fitness has been working on. He's been focusing primarily on CTFB, both on the rebotes and catching them coming forward. Doing a great job of it.
Okay, now
that's an illegal
carom serve. It hits the side wall before the front wall. So if you're watching that and you're wondering why, you have to hit the front wall first. You cannot hit the side wall and then the front wall. That's just a fault, though. He's got a second serve, an H2H, 2 serves. Anderluck again takes the first serve, goes in high and deep, Cool charging in forehand rebote, which he converts. Vuelo makes the catch, backhand at the 11 line. Spinner moves up at the 9 line. Vuelo's going to try. He gets it forehand at the 12 line. Nice return by Vuelo. Here's spinner, converts the rebote. Anderluck moving in. Anderluck at the 8 line, and he's going to fire this 2-wall. But Cool is there, makes the catch, comes back. Vuelo makes the catch.
Vuelo. That was nice.
Comes down the line. Spinner moves across backhand. Great exchange right there. Spinner goes deep. It's going to come out. Anderluck's and it does not come out that far that time. As Stu said, usually it comes out here a little bit further at Magic City. That one not coming out as far as Anderluck was anticipating. Point to Cool Fitness and spinner. That was a nice exchange there.
Definitely was. Got to be fleet of foot. You set up where you believe the ball is coming, but you need to be able to move with the ball. You need to be able to move with the ball to make that catch or make the rebote. That one fell short from Anderluck.
Cool Fitness first serve. Anderluck goes for it and misses
serve.
it.
He knocked that one down.
I think he could have had that. Just missed it. Anderluck's going to play a very aggressive front court, as we all know.
Yes, he is.
All right.
Which is a good thing.
That puts Cool Fitness and spinner up 4-1 in this second set. They dropped the first set 6-4 to Anderluck and Vuelo. Cool serve. Oh, gets by Anderluck. Vuelo handles it easily. Vuelo's backhand. Spinner takes it at the 11 line. Spinner's backhand. Vuelo handles at the 11 line.
What a catch by Cool Fitness,
Cool Fitness. Great catch. He goes deep. It's going to be a forehand rebote by Anderluck. He converts. Spinner on the backhand in the air outside the 11 line to wall. Here comes Anderluck. Center court. He goes right down the line.
Woo.
Can't get it by
Great
Spinner.
catch.
Vuelo at the 12 line. Backhand. Spinner tried to jump up and one-hand that. Could have let it go and played the rebote. That was one when it would have probably been smarter to play the rebote still.
Absolutely. Reaching behind you. You always want to catch the highlight ball in front of you, not behind you. He did two things there. Try to catch it behind him and also reach back with one hand. Two things that make that a particularly difficult catch.
All right, it's 4-2, but more importantly, puts the serve in Anderluck's hand. So let's see what he's got here. First serve. A lot of mustard comes off the wall there. Spinner handles it, though. Comes deep. Anderluck, forehand rebote up into the
Wow,
screen.
they throw that hard,
Oh, and that one went really up into the screen. Somehow, that ball snaked its way up above, and someone will get it out of there later, probably Tennessee, who seems to be the
Tennessee is our designated
anointed
ball getter.
Yes.
I think that's the official phrase. Highly technical term, ball getter.
It's amazing what the... our players are incredible athletes, and at the same time, if you see the court is a little bit wet or a ball is stuck, they'll be out there. They do it all. I mean, these are very dedicated.
Great athletes and great citizens. I mean, I'm not talking about their voting habits. I'm talking about how they approach their community. That's an overserve.
All right, so we're sitting at set point here for Cool Fitness and Spinner. First serve was a fault, so second serve here, 5-2. They're looking to even up at one set apiece. Here's the second serve by Cool. Anderluck lets it pass. Vuelo moves in. He catches it on the backhand. Cool gets the backhand. He goes back. Anderluck comes back. His backhand at the 9 line. Spinner moves up. Backhand at the 10. Oh, Vuelo unable to handle that one at the 11 line. And the second set goes to Cool Fitness and Spinner. So we're all knotted up here. One set apiece. First set was 6-4. Anderluck and Vuelo. Second set, tables were turned. Cool Fitness and Spinner 6-2.
And the equivalent of the Magic City Zamboni coming out there. Is that what it's called, that thing in hockey?
That thing in hockey is a Zamboni.
Is it
Yes.
a Zamboni? That's our Zamboni, Tennessee.
Yes, that's on my bucket list. I'd like to drive the Zamboni one day.
I think if you ask nicely, they'll let you.
Or we're going to have to buy one here and we'll all get turns driving. We don't need one, but we might buy one anyway.
We actually have something like a Zamboni to clean the court with.
Yes. Very simple.
That-
that could I would like to clean the court one day.
Scott, take my word for it. I know the COO. If you ask nicely, I think he'll say yes.
I think that would be fun. I think I could get a whole list of volunteers who would like to drive the court cleaner
do you know
around.
That as assistant general manager, one thing I wanted to do at Fort Pierce, you know what I wanted to do?
What do you want to do, Stu?
Mow the lawn. There's a lot of lawn up in
Okay,
Fort
but
Pierce.
that was a ride-on mower, I hope, not
Nope.
a push mower?
It was a push mower.
Stu.
Now, I only did part of it. Only
Okay,
part of
okay,
it. If you've
let's-
ever been by Fort Pierce,
I
there's a lot
have
of
been
lawn.
by Fort Pierce, I was going to say.
I just did the front. I just did one of the front sections. It was August. I got chest pain. Stopped doing it. Never did it again.
I don't mean to be disparaging of anyone, and I know there's great Jai-Alai legend and lore and history, but the fact that they couldn't get you a ride-on mower, I mean, that's a lot of lawn still. Jai-Alai had its heyday when I'm sure they could have afforded a ride-on mower.
Well, it's one of those things where maybe the person who was doing it didn't show up, and maybe an owner was coming by, and we didn't want to look. So there are a couple of things behind it, I think.
All right, so all of you are now visualizing Stu with the small lawn boy mower there with about the 12-inch cutting blade, sweating, and here we go with set number 3. All right, first serve by Anderluck, not his usual power serve. Spinner handles it. Anderluck backhand at the 9 line. Spinner comes across, backhands at the 10 line, and he goes deep, but Vuelo's going to take that right behind the 12 line on the backhand, throws it low. Spinner grabs it on the bounce, forehand. Anderluck comes across and takes it at the 9 line. Luckily made that catch. Spinner moves in. He's got backhand at the 9 line. Vuelo handles the forehand at the 13 line. Makes a nice throw off the side wall. Spinner cuts across. Vuelo again. Forehand off the side wall at the 12 line. It's going to come right down the wall. Spinner makes a nice catch at the 11. Backhand. Vuelo backhand at outside the 11 line. Spinner moving up. Nice scoop. Forehand. 9 line. Comes off the wall. Anderluck grabs it at the 9 line. He backhand. His goes deep. It's coming out to Cool Fitness, going to try and convert a forehand rebote, which he does. Anderluck's got it at the 8, and he drops it. Nice point all around. First point of the third and tie-breaking set, if you will, goes to Cool Fitness and Spinner. They're up 1-0. Cool Fitness' first serve. Vuelo handles this center court backhand, goes low off the pad. Great shot by Vuelo, just above the pad. That was a corner two-wall shot there, I believe, Stu. I don't know.
If you have a name for it, you're the first.
I'll come up with something.
We call that a clip. we call that he clipped.
He did. You're right. Clipped the wall just above the pad.
He clipped the wall just above the pad. Hey,
Cool.
It scores just like any other one, right?
We're tied up 1 apiece. Anderluck going for that softer serve. Cool Fitness handles the serve. Vuelo makes a nice leaping catch. Backhand, Spinner moves in, drops the forehand. Okay, so change of pace first serve there by Anderluck, which I don't understand, but they won the point, so.
I think looking just to get it to bounce in the ball. I don't think he thought that that Cool was going to go for it, but he certainly did.
Now Anderluck's first serve. They're up 2-1. Same type of serve, a little harder, but not what he's been throwing earlier. Spinner forehand, comes down the wall. Vuelo makes the catch at the 12 line. Backhand, clips the wall.
Catch.
Great catch by Cool
Wow.
Fitness. Anderluck moves in. He makes a nice backhand catch at the 8 line. He's going to go deep with it. Spinner ducks. Cool converts the forehand. Rebote. Anderluck at the 8 line. Backhand. Oh, into the screen. Up and into the screen there. Again, a nice point played by both teams.
They were tied up at 2 apiece.
Seeing some good highlight in this match. You know, you don't always know with the sub team, as they're called. They don't get to play as much as the others, but they're stepping up their game, and they've been playing very well in this match against a very good team. Cool Fitness serve is in. Vuelo makes it on the backhand. Spinner moves in. Backhand 10 line. Vuelo backhand at the 12. Spinner moves up even more. Now he's got it at the 8 line. Anderluck with a nice backhand scoop at the 8 line. Spinner moves back, gets it in the air at the 11 line. Anderluck's going to take the forehand catch here at the 10 line. Fires it back. Spinner ducks. Oh, and it catches Spinner coming out of the corner. Point, Anderluck and Vuelo. Spinner had to make a last-minute decision there. He decided to let the ball pass and come out, and it came out and hit Spinner.
Lost a point.
That point goes to Anderluck and Vuelo. They're now up 3-2. Here's Anderluck's first serve. Ooh, Cool Fitness to let that go by. Spinner took it on the forehand. Vuelo misses the conversion.
Tied up at 3 apiece.
And we are knotted at 3. I'm more a fan watching this than an announcer. This is a lot of fun, I have to tell you.
Isn't it a great view?
It is a great view. It is a great view. And hopefully by July, we'll be able to get fans in the building for the H2H Jai-Alai, which is really, really exciting, and looking forward to when we can have fans in for both Parimutuel and H2H.
That would be great.
Cool Fitness's serve. Vuelo handles that. He goes backhand. Spinner's got it to 10 line. Backhand going deep. Anderluck's going to convert a forehand rebote. That goes up high but misses the overhead screen. Spinner tries for a 2-wall, and it hits the pad. And the pad is bad. Okay, so Anderluck and Vuelo up 4-3 in this deciding third set. Great match going here. 4-3, Anderluck with the first serve. We have not seen the heat that he brought in the first set. We'll see what he's got in store here. There he goes. Big first serve coming off the wall. Spinner makes a great catch at the 12 line. Anderluck's going to handle the forehand at the 9 line.
Powerful serve.
Fires it to Spinner in the air behind the 12 line. He goes back. Anderluck takes a backhand at the 9 line. Spinner moves up and takes backhand at the 10 line. Vuelo makes, almost a great catch by Vuelo, just behind the 12 line, up against the wall, unable to handle it. And we're tied up, knotted up at 4 apiece, I believe.
That first team to, I usually say it when I'm sitting in that chair repeatedly over and over, but first team to reach 6 points will win the set. And since this is the third set, whoever reaches 6 points will win the match. It's
going to go right down to the wire here. Here's Cool Fitness with his first serve. Vuelo's got that Backhand, throws it again, low and strong. Spinners takes it off the wall at the 12 line, makes a nice backhand. Anderluck comes back to the 10 line, forehand. He tries to come down the wall, but Spinner's able to handle that forehand at the 11 line. Big throw, Anderluck reaching behind him.
Wow.
It's a great catch. Comes deep, Spinner is center court, 12 line. It's going to come off the wall. Anderluck backhand at the 9 line. He comes deep. Spinner tries to dig it out of the corner, and he does with a great catch in the corner. Anderluck right up at the 7 line. Oh, escapes out of the cesta. No harm, no foul there. Little dodging death in between Cool Fitness and our judges. And it is now set point, match point for the duo of Cool Fitness and Spinner. I thought Anderluck was set up right there to win the point.
So did he. Unfortunately, Escapa, he threw it so hard that the ball shifted in the cesta, lost complete control. The judges are safe and Cool Fitness is safe. That's what's most important.
Everybody lives to throw the pelota another day. Here we go. Anderluck, tries for the serve and drops the serve. That is game, set, match. Cool Fitness and Spinner. But that was a great match. Great play by the sub-doubles team, Anderluck and Vuelo. Best match I've seen them play this season. And after dropping the first set 6-4, Cool Fitness and Spinner battle back and win the next 2 sets. And that raises their record to 6-4. So they win both their matches today. They're at 6-4. El Barba and Ikeda won their match. They're at 7-2. And they're going to sitting high in the standings behind Carballo, Tennessee, and Diaz Douglas. So, Stu, let me quickly recap, and then if you want to set up the next one. So I'll go through the standings here.
Absolutely.
Okay. The last match does not have anyone who's up high in the standings. It should be a great match, which Stu will set up. But right now, you've got Carballo and Tennessee at 8-1. Diaz and Douglas at 7-1. El Barba and Ikeda at 7-2. So the top 3 all notched wins in all their matches today. And the battle at the top is, hot and heavy. And again, this is a $100,000 prize pool in Jai-Alai H2H. A lot of money in the doubles, multiple double seasons, and these guys are playing great Jai-Alai. And we've got one more match coming up that should be a pretty good match as well. Let's set that one up.
So we are looking at the teams of Bueno and Ben. Kubala and Benny are in the pink. Kubala and Benny have one match under their belt for today. Benny not happy with how he played in that first match. Had a few drop balls. Not something we're used to seeing from Benny. Bueno and Ben have not had the benefit of warming up in a match, so they're coming into this. I'm not going to say cold, because obviously they've been here for the last hour or so warming up off the court, but they only got 2 minutes to throw the ball around. So advantage, at least going into this, potentially for the pink shirts, who have a little warmth under the belt, and a frustrated 17-year-old Benny here in the backcourt didn't like the fact he dropped 3 balls. Obviously he played great, but for him to drop 3 or 4 balls is a big day for him.
We've got 2 pretty active front quarters in this match. Bueno, not like Anderluck, but a very active front quarter.
Loves to throw shots. And the key is going to be on Bueno to have some control with those shots. He does better in this head-to-head than he tends to do in the regular doubles. Has a habit of throwing the ball off the court under some pressure to throw shots. So the whole key is not to give any points away. That's the pressure that's on Bueno. Don't throw the ball off the court.
Pretty evenly matched pairs coming out here right now. Kubala, steady player, catches everything. Bueno can catch everything. And then in the backcourt, Ben and Benny, who, both of them, you're not going to see too many misses. We are ready to go here. This is our 6th and final match of the day. I got to tell you, still, it's gone by pretty quickly for me.
Has it? I have that effect on people. Oh, I'm kidding. It's
you
not
can
me,
make time fly. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We got Diane here, and we got Anthony, and we got Julie. It's a cast of thousands making sure that this all happens rather smoothly without too many bumps. So thanks to everybody who's making this possible. All right, our 6th and final H2H match, Jai-Alai head-to-head, 2 out of 3 sets. First one to 6 points wins the set. First one to win 2 sets wins the match. Bueno serving.
And thanks to you for making it all possible, Scott.
That's an overserve. Takes a village, too. All right. Second serve coming up here. That drops in. Benny's got it just inside the 11 line. Backhand. Ben lets Bueno know it's coming out. He handles the rebote. Benny from the 10 line, forehand. Here's Ben with his catch
what a
right at
catch.
the 11 line. Benny back at the 13 line, forehand. Bueno darts across, handles a backhand at the 7 line. Benny catches it at the 12. He comes deep to Ben. Catches it right where Benny had been standing at the 12 line. His backhand is handled and then dropped by Benny. Stu was saying a few drops today by Benny, uncharacteristic.
Uncharacteristic, not a, we're not talking any type of big deal, just not something we're used to seeing.
He is 17. It's amazing.
If he dropped the rest of the balls that came to him, which is not going to happen, he'd still have a successful day. This season has been absolutely fantastic for Benny to start things off. To start off a highlight career, beautiful.
Bueno's serve drops in. Benny handles the backhand. Backhand along the line. Ben lets it come out. Bueno takes a forehand rebote. Kubala cuts across. Forehand. Oh, little bit of communication. Or miscommunication maybe there between Ben and Bueno.
Last second communication.
Exactly.
Last second communication. That's something that our players across the board are working on.
All right, we're tied up at 1 apiece here. Kubala's got the serve. Kubala's first serve is good. Ben moves up, center court, forehand. Benny's got it at the 12 line, comes over the top. Bueno moves in, backhand at the 7 line, throws a nice shot. Beautiful drop shot.
Beautiful drop shot.
Thrown by Bueno. Right shot, right time. Perfect. All right. Bueno with the serve. Bueno and Ben up 2-1. Benny handles that serve, center court backhand. Big backhand coming way out. Bueno's got it. Backhand 2-wall. Kubala handled that, staggered and caught it. Bueno's got it, forehand. He goes deep. Benny's got it at the 10 line. Forehand over the top. Ben, big jump by Ben at the 13 line. Forehand. Benny's going to let that pass. Forehand rebote escapes. Point to Bueno and Ben. That was a tough conversion off that wall. Forehand rebote.
Yeah, it was. Got down on one knee. It's what we like to talk about, situational awareness, always having a clear idea of where that front wall is, especially when you're facing the back wall.
3-1, Bueno and Ben up on Kubala and Benny. First serve by Bueno. Benny's got it, center court backhand. Comes down the sidewall. Ben handles it backhand and fires it up and into the screen. Off the front wall into Machu Picchu.
I think I'm going to have to start saying Machu Picchu again.
I'm old school, Stu, you know.
Old school, 2018, old school. Isn't it great we've gotten to a place where we can talk about Magic City, old school Magic City?
That's awesome. Kubala's first serve. Ben moves up, handles it on the forehand. He winds up, throws it to Benny on the forehand at the 11 line. Benny right over the top. Bueno's got it, picks it off the sidewall at the 6 line. Benny makes a nice catch at the 13 line. Backhand. Ben moves up. He's got it in the air at the 11 line. Forehand. Benny moves up. He's got a backhand just behind the 10 line. Right down the wall to Ben at the 11 line. Backhand. Benny moves across. He's got it behind the 12 line. Throws a backhand. Ben's going to let that come out. Bueno's rebote right down the middle. Kubala's got it. Kubala goes off the sidewall. Ben's got forehand behind the 10 line. 2-wall by Ben. Doesn't open up enough. Kubala's there, throws it low and hard. Ben is able to get it.
What a catch.
Wow, forehand by Ben.
Great
Benny's
catch.
got it just behind the 11 line. Here's Bueno moving across. Bueno drops it out of the cesta, looking to go 2-wall there, it looked like.
Looked like it. He was either going 2 walls or inside. Couldn't tell which, but held on to it just a little long. That's one of the things that we talk about also, is that when you choose your shot, throw it. Don't change your mind. That sometimes that'll happen where you see your opponent coming up on you, and all of a sudden you're, I'm not going to throw it 2 walls because he's right there, and you change it. Good way to lose the point.
He who hesitates is lost.
Oh, that's a much easier way of saying what I just said a long time.
Kubala with the first serve. We're tied at 3. Ben moves up, takes a forehand at the 10 line. Benny's got backhand just at the 11 line. He goes down the line. Bueno comes across, got just behind the 8 line. His backhand comes to Benny on the forehand at the 11 line. Benny sidearms it. Ben lets it go off the back wall. Bueno moves across. 2-wall rebote. Kubala moves
nice.
in. He's got it. He throws a great shot
nice,
thrown
sir.
by Kyle Kubala. Great point. Great shot. 2 great shots thrown there. All right. That puts Kubala and Benny up 4-3. Got a little quicker pace in that last point. A little more aggressive, a little more offensive. Kubala adjusts the cesta. And he's ready to go. We're in the first set of our final match today here, Jai-Alai H2H from Miami's Magic City Casino. Kubala and Benny.
There's a casino here?
Yeah.
I heard something about that, I think.
It's attached to the Fronton.
I don't get out much.
Ben handles the forehand right behind the 11 line. Benny's got it, goes right over the top. Ben cuts across. Ben's got it and drops it out of the cesta. He was there. Couldn't hang on to it. Cutting across at the 12 line. Kubala and Benny with set point. 5-3. First set. First one to win 6 points wins the set. First one to win 2 sets wins the match. Kubala serving. First serve handled by Ben, center court. Ben sidearm. Benny lets it come out to Kubala. Kubala's rebote backhand. Bueno across the middle. Bueno goes deep with a big rebote. Kyle Kubala comes across. Oh, split placement, sort of. Bueno couldn't handle that on the backhand. Point and first set to Kubala and Benny. Stu, that last point.
Yes, sir.
Split placement, different. What do you call that?
The one that
Kyle just threw.
The one that Kyle just threw. Outside placement. 2-wall outside. So sometimes you throw the 2-wall where you want it to cut right out in front of the guy. Sometimes in doubles, specifically, of course. Obviously, it wouldn't be a split without it being doubles. You throw it to where it hits the sidewall and comes to the left of the front quarter. That's split placement.
Nice point. Nice set. A lot of good points played in this first set. Kubala and Benny taking it 6-3. As Stu said, they were out on the court earlier, and if it's a question of who was warm, who had a little bit of play under their belt today, it was the two of them. Now we come back for a second set. Certainly Bueno and Ben should be warm at this point. They're going to start off serving in this second set. We'll see what can happen. This is really a very evenly matched.
It is. It's an evenly matched.
And similar styles.
Yes.
And you have 2 very steady backcourters. I don't say either one is flashy, but very steady.
And Ben's got all that power on the left side. Ben is really, of any of the 2018 players, so the original Magic City players who've come along, you'd have to say that Ben, who did win Most Improved last year, still continues to be the most improved player coming out of 2018. He's becoming a complete player. He really is. Can't say enough about Ben. And usually I throw a lot of shots Ben's direction, but in all seriousness, as far as his highlight play is concerned,
whole roster really, really working hard. I was in the Fronton yesterday, and Ron was here with Cool Fitness and Juice. I mean, everybody's working to make themselves better. All right, our second set's underway. Ben on the forehand right behind the 12 line, makes the catch. Kubala cuts in front at the 7 line forehand. Oh, off Ben's cesta.
clank.
Rare miss by Ben, just behind the 11 line there. And Kubala and Benny grabbed the first point of the second set. They captured the first set 6-3. First one to win 2 sets wins the match. Kubala serving. And our last H2H match of the day, but we will be back at 4 p.m.
With doors opening at 3:30, if I'm not mistaken. You're
Yes.
giving away hats, aren't you?
We're giving away hats. First 100 people, come on in and get a hat. Here's Ben taking Kubala's serve, forehand. Benny at the 11 line. He goes backhand right along the wall. Ben's going to let it come out. Bueno converts a backhand rebote. Kubala's got it. Kubala throws. Oh, Ben lets that go.
No. That one you got to take coming front ways. That's not coming out.
Needed to handle that one in the air.
Absolutely. Or even on the bounce.
On the bounce, not let it pass. Wasn't going to come out enough to be able to convert the rebote, and Ben was pretty forward in the court here. So first 2 points of the second set, Kubala and Benny. Kubala's first serve. Heat that one up a little bit. Here's Ben, center court forehand. Ben throws it down the wall. Benny,
Oof,
forehand
right in his
catch.
face.
Right behind the 11 line.
Great
Bueno
catch
moves
by
in.
Bueno.
Bueno throws great 2-wall. Great shot thrown
That
by
was
Bueno.
beautiful. Straight outside. What a beautiful throw called Filo.
And if he can throw that once, he should be able to throw that all day. I just want to see these guys repeat, repeat, repeat. All right. They get their first point of the second set. And Bueno now with the serve. Benny handles the serve, backhand. Oh, again, Ben misjudges that one. Between the 11 and 12 line, off the cesta, point to Kubala and Benny. They go up 3-1 in this second set. Kubala has the serve. Haven't seen either of the servers really powering the serve. They can. I mean, I've seen Kubala throw, and Bueno both can throw a fairly hard serve. It's Kubala outside with the serve. Ben handles it.
Sometimes the fear of an underserve or an overserve is enough just to, let me just get it between the lines and keep it away from the front quarter if I can.
Here's Kubala taking it off the front wall. Ben reaches back and gets it at the 12 line, forehand. Benny, same thing. He's at the 12 line. He comes over the top. Big hop. Ben cannot go up and get it. Huge hop just over Ben's outstretched arm there.
I believe in other sports they call that a vertical something or other. Is that
Yes,
it? Am I right?
That's a vertical leap or a vertical jump. All I know is he was way up high.
He was taller than I am, and I'm coming in at a booming 5'5" and change.
Ben went up there and just over the top of the cesta. Here's Kubala's serve. Ben just takes it on the backhand, right at the center of the court, fires it
that
back.
backhand is so hard.
Wow.
So hard.
Ben, again, just the luck of the bounce there. Couldn't get in to take it in the air on the short hop. Goes over Ben, doesn't come out. Point to Kubala and Benny, and now they are sitting at 5-1 with a quadruple set match point. Here we go. That serve was just hit the front wall first. Ben handled it. Passes Benny and scores for the duo of Bueno and Ben. That's about as close to the front sidewall almost simultaneously.
That was almost an illegal carom serve. That was. Put it this way: it was a half inch to an inch off, and in highlight we can't see that far. So, still possible match point for Kubala and Benny with 5.
Bueno's first serve.
A game of inches.
It is. Here's Benny coming across backhand. Ben trying to scoop it. Makes
What
a
a
nice
scoop.
scoop at the 11 line. He fires it. Benny back in the corner, right over the top. Bueno comes across at the 6 line. Split placement that just doesn't work. Benny, but then Benny goes to fire it and it falls out of Benny's cesta. Bueno's split placement didn't work. Benny saw where he was going, sensed it, cut across, and then just dropped it out of the cesta.
It happens. Can't explain why it happens, but it occasionally happens.
Remains set point, match point for Kubala and Benny. Served by Bueno. Benny moving up again. Backhand. He's going deep. This one's going to come out. Bueno's going to try and convert a forehand rebote, which he does. Off Benny's cesta. Point again. Bueno and Ben. All right. They're trying to claw their way back into this thing. They've been fending off a bunch of set and match points. We're still sitting at 5-4 here, second set, and it remains set point, match point for Kubala and Benny. Another good first serve. Benny again, center court, backhand, moves into it, low runner. Ben's able to handle it at forehand at the 12 line. Benny's going to play a forehand rebote. He goes softly off the front wall. Bueno's got it on the forehand at the 7 line. He lays it up softly to Benny. Benny catches it on the fly, goes backhand down the wall. Ben's got it at the 11 line. Backhand, Benny's going to let this one come out. Kubala trying to convert it. He converts. Just dropped by Bueno at the 7 line.
Points.
Great
set, and
conversion.
match.
Great conversion of the rebote by Kubala. And yes, thank you, Stu. Game, set, match.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
You are
on
not
that.
stealing my thunder. I have no thunder.
Yeah, plenty of thunder.
We made
I'm
it.
sure you could thunder it.
We made it. That's
Yes.
6 matches. Once again, that final match goes to the duo of Kubala and Benny. 6-3, 6-4. Bueno and Ben trying to claw their way back in. Maybe go right down to the wire in their second set. But a couple of misplayed points there. So 6 matches in the book, 6 great matches. Stu, for me, serving of Diaz Carballo was outstanding. What else stood out for you today?
Overall lack of mistakes across the board. I think there was a more conservative highlight played by pretty much everybody that was on the court today. The sub team, Anderluck and Vuelo, did a lot better than I thought that they would have. The communication between the two of them was pretty good. But it came down to I didn't hit the double fault button once in this entire, so there were 0 double faults. There were 4, I believe, underserves or overserves, altogether. So overall, just a more solid form of play from beginning to end.
I can tell you the Jai-Alai H2H it's just a lot of fun. You get to see these players. They get to get warm, see them warmed up, see them playing some great Jai-Alai. I have to say, I've never seen Carballo play at the pace he played today, but where he seemingly was under control.
Yes.
And that was, if we could see that translate, across the H2H and into the pari-mutuel, I mean, he would be at the top of the leaderboard.
Carballo with concentration and control. I don't mean to throw a lot of C's out there. I didn't do that, but those are the two things. It's concentration and control. If he's able to do that, we've said this since year 1, he has more natural talent than anyone else on this roster, except maybe Douglas, of course, but just as far as natural talent, natural skill, ball ability, anyone who knows Jai-Alai has seen it. It's just when he beats himself and makes mistakes that you just get obviously I get very frustrated with him. But today, no, he's got all the power in the world. He knows what to do. Carballo's been extremely impressive. And one thing that you've tapped into that our players are tapping into as well, that the H2H format gives you a better chance to see Jai-Alai as it probably really should be played. Quinella is a function that's what we do in the pari-mutuels with the round robin and the 8 teams, or sometimes it's 6 teams, but with the 8 teams, and points doubling after the first round of play, really for a betting format that we used. That can be a little confusing for really everybody, and a player understands very clearly that it's possible you can get 6 whole points in our pari-mutuel game, sit down on the bench, and not even come in first, second, or third in a 7-point game.
Well, we are going to be back, or I'm not, thank God, but Stu is going to be back with you.
Thank God?
At 4 o'clock. He's going to be flying solo in the pari-mutuel performance, but we'll take a few extra minutes here because Stu didn't get to talk enough in the last couple hours. So really, the way to play Jai-Alai, this H2H style of play is the way, and you said it, that Jai-Alai should be played. The reason it's played the way it's played is purely the pari-mutuel style is for betting purposes.
Yes.
It's not really for fans to see the best Jai-Alai or players to play the best Jai-Alai, because the fact is you make a mistake and you're off the court and you're sitting at the end of the line hoping you're going to get another opportunity to come out there, versus what you're seeing here in Jai-Alai H2H is akin again to watching a ping pong match or watching a tennis match. Players can make mistakes, but then they can come back from those mistakes. Players can regroup. I think we saw one game where a team was down, at least once in H2H, a team was down 5-1 and actually came back. And
absolutely.
So, they can gather themselves, they can make adjustments. The pressure of losing a single point until you get to where maybe it's, 5-5 in the third set or something, and they get a rhythm, and I think we just see some outstanding play in the H2H.
It's a great way to be able to watch it. Also, look, within the course of, we started at once, within the course of an hour and 45 minutes, you're able to get in 6 matches with different guys. I mean, it's great time management. It's a great way to see the sport. Players, I know, appreciate it. They get an opportunity to get warm. They get an opportunity to stay warm. And just overall, it's I can't say enough about it.
A lot of fun, Stu. I really enjoyed this. I got to do some play-by-play.
Thank you. You can ride and you can clean the court if you want.
I could clean the court, which sounds like a lot of fun. We're gonna be playing the pari-mutuel. I'm gonna let Stu do the outro because I don't even know how to do it. But again, this was great. I much enjoy coming on and being able to sit there and listen to Stu and Andrew and throw in some things. You will have Andrew back here on Monday, I believe.
On Monday.
He's out of Serenity Lake. He's playing golf or having fun with his friends. He got his diploma, graduated early with high honors. Nuts, not so lucky. He's still at Serenity Lake. Word is Nuts may be there for a while, so we may have to send some additional supplies or pack a second trunk for Nuts. But this has been great. A lot of fun. Stu, let you close everything out here.
That, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for Jai-Alai H2H for June 12th, 2021. Thank you very much for joining us here here on the Highlight channel at Magic City Casino. We do encourage you to join us in just about an hour when we'll play 8 pari-mutuel games at 4 p.m. If you happen to be in the greater Miami area or South Florida and feel like making a drive, doors will open 3:30 p.m. 100 hats go to the first 100 people through the door today. We only allow people in on Saturdays, at least for the time being. So if you want to get a chance to see us live, make sure you do it today. Post time, that's the time that we begin Highlights, 4 o'clock p.m. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Highlight, thanks for joining us for H2H, and we hope to see you at 4 p.m. Have a good day, everybody.